Okay, we're walking through Half Moon Bay here next to Frigate Bay, and just show you some houses and also do some talking on some things that I think you'd be interested in learning about. One of the big questions that I've got coming up is a lot of people will say, Tom, you know, why don't, if I want the tax-free status of St. Kitts or Antigua, which are part of the Eastern Caribbean states, why not just get a passport in Dominica or in St. Lucia? It's typically cheaper on the donation option, and then you can just freely move to St. Kitts and set up a business and have the tax-free status of St. Kitts, but get your passport in Dominica or St. Lucia. I know this comes up a lot because remember, all of these countries I just mentioned are part of the Eastern Caribbean states, which means that they have free movement like kind of like the EU does. You can get citizenship in one and freely move to the other, and you don't even need a worker's permit. You just float in, float out, or you can stay there. It's just like you're a citizen pretty much. But I'm going to tell you there are some differences in that, and that is that, number one, your visa-free travel is not going to, if you get your citizenship in St. Kitts, that's your visa-free travel. So if you get it in Dominica and you come to St. Kitts, that's fine, but you can be traveling on a Dominica passport, which you get a lot less visa-free countries than you do St. Kitts and Nevis. Another thing too is I did a video on myself where it was very hard for me to actually get started in the real estate business in St. Kitts, and I had citizenship, and I'll tell you something, they are real funny. They tried to tell me that I wasn't born in St. Kitts. I mean, this was the very, very top. I mean, I had a real hard time. You can look at one of my videos on that. It took me 4 years. I literally had to hire a lawyer and was going to sue to actually exercise my rights as a citizen of St. Kitts, and they gave my license to me, but I literally had to go that far. And so you can imagine if you're not a citizen and you're trying to come to St. Kitts, and let's say you're a citizen of Dominica, but you moved to St. Kitts because of its tax-free status, but then you want to start a business, okay? And St. Kitts says, well, that's fine, you can come here, but you can't do that. You're not a citizen of St. Kitts, you're a citizen of Dominica. Now, the free movement of businesses from one country to another is true to an extent, okay? Because there's some protected businesses that you have to be a citizen of St. Kitts. You can't be a citizen of Dominica and come to St. Kitts and work here. In some cases you can, some cases you can't. It just depends, and that can change also. The law can change after you get here. So that's a big key that you have to look at. And there's roughly about 11 Eastern Caribbean states. It started off with just a few of them, but now they've got quite a few, which is good, because what it does is it means that you can literally have businesses in every one of those countries and have free movement, and not even have to have, you got a license in one country, you don't even have to have one of the other. You don't have to have a worker's permit. You literally can just bounce right in, bounce out, or you can have an office there. The restrictions and stuff been totally taken away. It's really neat the way they have done that. So, you know, this is one thing that's nice about the Eastern Caribbean states and the free movement. And I think that will probably, as time goes on, you know, they've already got something called the CARICOM right now, which has free movement somewhat in all the Caribbean countries. So, and that's even a lot more countries. That composes the Eastern Caribbean states and other countries like Jamaica, Bahamas, all these countries in the Caribbean. And it does give you certain rights that you get from getting citizenship in a Caribbean country and then moving and going to other Caribbean countries that you would not get otherwise. Okay, but you have a lot more being a member of the Eastern Caribbean states. Okay, and there's 11 of those. You can pull them up on the internet. Just put 11 member Eastern Caribbean states, and you can pull up those countries. If you want to know more of this, again, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button on the right of your screen. You'll get new videos automatically as they come out. We got right around 800 videos. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below, and I'll look forward to talking to you in the next video. Take care.